Hey guys, it's Pones and welcome to yet another episode of my Stoke City career mode in FIFA 19, and today we've hit episode number 20 of this career mode, and I say thank you very much guys for all support and helping me to reach this 20th episode. It means a lot, and today obviously we're carrying on the third season with Stoke City, and we're going to play against Leicester away in the Premier League, Sparta Prague in the Europa League, West Ham in the Premier League, Leeds away at home in the Carabao Cup, Newcastle in the Premier League, Galatasaray in the Europa League, Manchester United at home, then a 2-week break before we play Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, then back to Europa League action where we play KA again, to then finish it off with Crystal Palace, and we're live game against Watford away at the Hawthorns. And getting into the Premier League table, as remember from last episode guys, we do sit currently joint top of the table after winning all four of our opening 4 games. So we're joint top on 12 points with Man City, who are just lead the way by conceding 2 less goals than us. Look down the other end of the table, see Man United and Chelsea in the bottom half of the tables, where it's Leicester and Newcastle United in relegation zones with 1 point, but Burnley without any points in the relegation zones. First up then guys, as you can see we're headed to the King Power Stadium to face against Leicester, and we got off to a really good start. After only 3 minutes, a shot from Rebic caused a foul from one of the Leicester players, Seamus Colvin it was, gives us a penalty, and Rebic slots the ball in past Michael. He couldn't even move after that, and put us 1-0 up. But I think Kramaric it was, or his name's Os Campos there, put Leicester level. But Dembele got over ideas. He wanted to put us back in front with his own header after only half an hour on the clock. And we had a good settle on the game, but Kramaric and poor defending yet again give them an equaliser. And in the second half, Kramaric got an assist this time to lay off Miralem Pjanic, who was playing for Leicester in here. Scored a goal in the 73rd minute to give Leicester the win and all 3 points, and that was our first defeat of the season. And some more transfer action. As you can see, we signed a free agent this time. Obviously, the transfer window shut, so we can only sign free agents. Tinash Ball, who's I think is a regen, 18-year-old centre back from England, signed a 3-year contract. Actually got potential in him, and again he's another centre back option for us because we actually need centre back options. And next we head off to the first game in the Europa League to play against Sparta Prague in the group stage. And again a poor start, deflected shot off Martin's Indy, loops the ball over Butland after only 7 minutes. But a lovely 1-2 run, Malinowski making a brilliant run into the box, time to hammer that ball into the bottom corner on his favoured left foot to give us the equaliser. And Atabo wants to get his own thunderbolt in this game, as he does that to fire it into the top corner, and that seals all 3 points for us. Nothing much after that. It was just the goal at the start of the second half. Wasn't much in after that. It was quite close, and we will start off the game with a 2-1 win. Next up, West Ham in the Premier League, and again Unal was the first person to get on the score sheet. It wasn't us, but we wanted to get back into this game. Rebic the first person for us to get us the equaliser on 62 minutes. Then on 70 minutes, Sterling gets his second assist of the game, and Fekir puts us in front after that, finishing to the near post, and we were cruising at this point. And towards the end of the game, I wanted to go ultra defensive just to try to protect the lead, but Dembele again has other ideas and wants to extend the lead instead. A headed goal off the corner, and he's proven to be an amazing player this season for us. On 88th minute, he puts us 3-1 up and secures 3 points for us against the Hammers. And again now is the Carabao Cup, another Carabao Cup tie against Leeds, as it was recently, as you saw him on my away day video. I put a second team out there for this team, like John Bark, Campbell, even Guerin makes a start in this, and we decided to kick off here. And we weren't going to show Leeds any mercy as Tom Ince here is running down the middle. Quick pass from Campbell, finds off, Guerin's on the wing, swings the ball in, and Ince is there after only 1 minute and 34 seconds, puts us 1-0 up. And we were like I said, no mercy in this game. After Alan's shot, John Arp gets his second opportunity and puts us 2-0 up. And then a lovely finish from Arp, he gets his second of the game, hits the scissor kick down to the floor, and the spin moves the ball away from the goalkeeper, and he couldn't get the ball. 3-0 to Stoke. And it's still the first half. Guerin, see you later. And Arp gets his hat-trick in the first half. 4-0 up against Leeds. We were cruising at this point. Arp gets his hat-trick. 4-0 up. It couldn't go wrong, can it? Kind of. Here's Leeds. Obviously, now it's that's their half. They're playing the ball in. There's Bamford to make it 1. They scored 2. And then 3. All in 20 minutes. But even though we conceded 3, we managed to finish the game up after that. Managed to see our way through into the next round of the Carabao Cup. Goes to pick up his match ball, and like I say, we're through to the next round. 4-3 against Leeds in the end. Back to Premier League action now as we face Newcastle at St James's Park, and again we get off to the worst of starts as Martinez finds Muto to put the Magpies 1-0 up after only 8 minutes on the clock. But we had a best chance after half an hour to go level. Dembele, who's been in great form, hits the outside of the post and it goes out of play. And after this, nothing in the game. 92nd minute it was. Tyrese Campbell off the bench managed to volley that ball, or hit the ball as hard as he could into the top corner, and we managed to just get and sneak a point away at Newcastle. Next up was Galatasaray for our first home game in the Europa League this season, and this one didn't get off to the best of starts either, as Galatasaray was the first person to get on the score sheet in this game. But Malinovsky decided to make it 1-1 after 28 minutes of that lovely passing play to get us equal. But again, Feghouli, who was playing for Galatasaray, whips the ball into Rodriguez in the 52nd minute, give Galatasaray a 2-1 lead, and how the game ended was the 2-1 victory for Galatasaray. The first defeat in the Europa League since getting knocked out last season against Torino. And moving on back to the Premier League, it's Manchester United, who were the top scoring team in the league, only one above us, unfortunately, for this game. But we decided to rotate this team, obviously going from the 4-1-2-1-2, decided to switch up to a 4-3-3 defensive version. As you see, it's still the normal front three. Decided to play Etterbone's defensive mid, Fekir and Suarez in the midfield with Dembele as a lone striker, and it worked in this game. Etterbo was the one to thump the ball into the top corner after only 12 minutes on the clock, and it helped us to seal the victory. Literally nothing else happened in that game after that. We pretty much sat back and defended all the Man United threat, and as you see, Bolton was very happy there to get the victory and another clean sheet to his name, and 3 points is what we needed, because now we're still on top of the Premier League table. 6 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, 19 points, 1 point clear of second place. We're looking comfortable going into this game against Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge, and we needed to keep winning in order to keep on top of the table. Chelsea's team was very strong actually. We've got Lo Celso in there, Mandzukic just still on the side, so is Eden Hazard and former Stoke City player Van Ginkel, with Belotti and Kante and all those players on the bench. And this game should have been more goals than it actually was in the end. Fekir's wasted that chance there, blazed over the bar in 19 minutes. Then 4 minutes later we had another brilliant opportunity of switching the play across, and Costa takes that ball on his right foot instead of his left to put that ball wide. But we do manage to get a bit of fortune here. Bartra gives the ball back to Dembele, he holds the ball up well, and with 1-2 pass from Suarez to Fekir, who hits that ball into the bottom corner past Kepa and gives us a 1-0 lead, and he goes and celebrates with the Stoke fans, as you do when you get here. And that's it again. We managed to hold on again against Manchester, like we did against Manchester United, and just get a 1-0 victory against the blue end of London and another free table. Next up was Ghent in Europa League, away from home, and he had a lot of good chances in his first half, like that one from Arp's header straight to the keeper, and another good chance here at Rebic, first time shot just wide of the post, which took an extra touch there to get a goal, but Fekir was the one to get us that goal, but it took us to the 85th minute to do so. In this game there was a lot of free kicks given away to Ghent, which had nothing coming from them, but we do manage to get the win in the end, and we needed to get something from this game, because Galatasaray were running away with the group stage at the moment, and a win here against the Belgian side was enough for us to keep on Galatasaray's tail. Next up was the victims of Crystal Palace for an absolute thumping. Dembele is the first person to give him that absolute sausage, you could say, as Dembele, like I say, on 19 minutes puts them 1-0 up, and Joe Allen, you can take a bow for that. What an absolute thunderbolt from the Welsh god. Joe Allen, the captain's armband, and put him back into the side for this game because I needed to rest some other players, and he proved his worth in this game, and that was an amazing strike, probably one of the goals of the season and the series so far. And then obviously at 42nd minute, Fekir pokes the ball over the line to make it 3-0 after a deflected opportunity. And then Dembele in the second half on almost on the hour mark puts us 4-0 up and gives Sterling a well-deserved high five. And this is why you don't give Joe Allen the space that he's got right here, because that is what happens to you. He walloped that ball past Hennessy there on the 62nd minute, and it was 5-0 after literally an hour played, and we had a lot more of the game to go. But fortunately for Palace, that is how it ended. Only 5 goals put past them. We should have put a lot more past them in this game. And then this is why the Bet365 Stadium is still a hard place to come to, especially in this career mode. A 5-0 thumping, back to live commentary. So guys, back to live com now, and I don't know if you could tell by my voice, but I am a little bit sick as I'm doing this, so I apologise in advance if I'm sniffling or coughing through this. But yeah, the episode hasn't gone too badly so far. We're going to have a look at the season where we currently stand in the Premier League, and obviously, as you can see, we're playing MK Dons in the 4th round of the EFL Cup or Carabao Cup. Probably got the easiest draw of all the teams we've got here. West Brom, Arsenal, Watford, Fulham, all going through. Preston as well, who we played in the FA Cup final last year, beating Everton, Leicester, beating West Ham, and the last 2 fixtures of me versus MK Dons and Southampton, Chelsea. So I got an easy opponent for this 4th round, which I'm quite happy with. So should be easy passage to the 5th round, but again, not going to say anything. But Stoke City so far on top of the table, actually 1 point ahead of Manchester City. This is where I wanted to be. Obviously, the side I've got now is so much better to last season. So obviously, me being at the top of the table is as obviously something I predicted. I wanted to try and finish like 5th, 6th, something like the Europa League qualification area, just in case for next season, in case we don't win it. So yep, top of the table. Spurs in 3rd. Fulham even found himself up into 4th as well with 20 points, and Chelsea, Liverpool 19 points. Man City down in 7th. We go down, Arsenal down in 10th. Wolves in 13th. Brighton, who came back from the Premier League, or came back to the Premier League last season, up back from the Premier League, in 14th. And Newcastle, Leeds and Burnley all find themselves in relegation zone, with Burnley managing to get their first win, but Leeds still haven't got their win yet. They're on 4 draws and 6 losses and conceding 18 goals, so it's not good for them. So guys, with this game against MK Dons coming up, I decided I'm going to simulate it with the second team, just put the team out there. Gaultier, the second choice keeper, same overall as Jack Buller, now an 83 rated. He's now in the side. Shawcross, Marty's Indy, Alan Soriano, a young right winger, it's coming up. I found that through my youth system. In some more as another left mid, I think, or a central mid, I don't know. Campbell and Arp as well up front. So I'm going to skip through this and see what happens in this 4th round. This is an away fixture, and simulation in away games isn't that good. Actually, I'm not going to let this go. Let us play out actually, as Tyrese Campbell after 8 minutes gives us the lead. And obviously, so far, and look at the other game as well. Chelsea drawing so far against Southampton. Nothing's happening so far. We've just gone into the second half. Nothing really yet. Oh, Houghton has been sent off for MK Dons, so down to 10 men. It's going to give him a very slim chance to beat me into the last 10 minutes. Last 5 minutes, and that is all the action of the game. Just 1 goal from Campbell and a red card is all from this game. And Southampton and Chelsea draw 2-2 as well, so I'm going to have to check that fixture out and see what happens. But yeah, we're into the 5th round. Right guys, so we are obviously, you know, these fixtures, and just want to check out who's obviously in the quarterfinals. Obviously, so West Brom, Arsenal, Watford, Fulham, Preston, Leicester, myself and Southampton managed to beat Chelsea on penalties. So this EFL Cup seems winnable now, because Arsenal are the only like top 6 side really in this whole competition that are going to be a danger. And also, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm going to go to the quarterfinals and just see who I'm playing. It's going to be Preston. It's going to be a rematch of the FA Cup final in the quarterfinals. Southampton are playing Watford at St Mary's. West Brom, take a trip to the King Power to play against Leicester. I'm playing away at Deepdale to play Preston, and Arsenal are going to Craven Cottage to play against Fulham. So hopefully Fulham can beat Arsenal, because simulation system in FIFA 19 is weird, so the away side have a major disadvantage. So playing against Fulham, obviously away, Arsenal might have a disadvantage to lose, but like I say, it's Arsenal. They've still got a strong side. So Preston in the quarterfinals is going to be a good competition to try and win this year. This is the team I'm going to be rocking with this trip up to Vicarage Road to play against Watford. Butland in net with Tierney at left back, Edwards at right back, Uwe Meccano and Marlon in the centre back positions. Etterbo's in defensive mid with Fekir and Suarez in centre mid. Costas on the right, Steelings on the left, and Dembele's up front. Dembele's been getting some good form recently, scoring a lot of goals for me, so it's proved to be a really good signing for me. And like the players on the bench as well, like players like Rebic and all them are still on the bench, hoping to come on and make an impact if needed. So yeah, let's see if we can get another 3 points to stay at the top of the table. So we are then, guys, at Vicarage Road to play against Watford. Played against these guys early in last season, and we only managed to get a point here at Vicarage Road. So hopefully we can turn things around this season with a lot stronger side. Let's have a look at their starting 11 then. Ben Foster, former Stoke City player, actually in the starting lineup, in case you guys didn't know that. Rivera, Prudel as well, is Ziegler as well at left back. Sanchez, Decore and Delfeo still there. We brought in Caleri and Wesley as well, the 2 brand new strikers for Watford. It's a very good side, I reckon. The midfield and strike force is very good, and the defence isn't as good as the midfield, but that's the team we got to play against, and hopefully 3 points on the cards today. Let's go. Etebo wins it. Sterling's got the pace. Fekir, good save from Ben Foster there. That's the play I've been doing for most of this episode, playing the ball across the box. Fekir makes good runs up the pitch, and just Foster got down quick enough to push that one out for a corner. Let's put that ball in. Dembele's there at the front post. Ooh, couldn't get the knock on there. Dennis Suarez. Ball's back in the box, over everybody's head, but it's found Sterling on the edge. He whips the ball back in the box. Fell to Fekir. And he's blazed it well over the bar there. Trying to throw it out. Costa win it. Ended up Watford get one final attack here, the end of this first half. Ball's played in. Wesley. And it's Gerard Deulofeu yet again scoring against us. I believe he was the one that scored against us twice last season in both fixtures. And now in this one he's put on my front yet again. In the 3rd minute of 2 minutes added time at the end of the first half. The defence were nowhere to be seen, and missed the tackle there with Marlon, just moved out the way. And Deulofeu was just there just to get the score from that pullback shot, and it just swerved away from Butland so he couldn't reach it. So before we go into half time, Watford lead 1-0. The referee's going to blow here, isn't he? Yep, there we go. This is half time. It's been quite even, but we've had a lot more chances than Watford had. That's their only good chance they've had of this half. We've made so many more. Lots of corners we've whipped in, but again, nothing's come of it. So Watford lead at the break, and we need to turn this around. Suarez is in, and we've managed to get the equaliser. It was tough there. I just focused up so much. I was passing the ball around for ages and ages to try and get the equaliser there, and Suarez goes over to his centre mid on the bench, Malinowski, to celebrate with the rest of his teammates as well. 57 minutes on the clock, and we do manage to get the equaliser, and it was coming though. I was focused up trying to pass the ball well, and I was trying to play Etebo in there, but the balls fell to Suarez instead, so I just decided to pull the trigger. Foster's moving to his right, and then the ball gets struck to his left, and he just falls to the floor as well. He isn't saving it. So 57 minutes gone. It is 1-1. Oh, they come through quickly here. Deulofeu's coming again, and he's put it in. He plays the ball underneath Butland's legs, through his legs as well, and Watford regain the lead again. Is that man Deulofeu? The defence just switched off, and I tried to bring Butland out. It was the last chance, just trying to stop the goal. And Deulofeu puts it through Butland's legs in the end, I think. And there we go. We're 2-1 down, and yet again we've got to find a way back into the game. Half an hour left to go. Now with the ball in, Dembele's header onto the roof of the net there, and it's a corner though, deflected. Made 2 subs. Like I say, I've gone ultra attacking, which is my 4-2-4 formation. Ante Rebic is coming on, as well as Malinowski. So let's whip the ball into the box here and see what we can do from this. Fekir couldn't win the header. The tackle there. Fekir. Ruslan Malinowski. He's going to have a go here. Found a way to Dembele, and he's missed it. Dembele was onside there. Back to goal, 360 spin, and it's just wide of the mark there. Into the 90th minute. There's 2 minutes added time. I need to get a good attack going. Malinowski here. The drives, and it's wide. That was the last chance there. We're into the 92nd minute. I think we're about to suffer another defeat this season. Only our second one though, and it comes to the hand of Watford. Watford are going to grab all 3 points here, aren't they? It's out of play and referee blows for full time. We may have lost our top spot on the top of the Premier League there. Watford are a tough side to play against, but we have to keep going. We've got many games left of this season, so like I say, only our second defeat so far, and we've got a good side to get us up that table again. We're still going to be in the top 4, I'm sure, but this is a tough loss to handle today. Full time, Watford 2, Stoke 1. So guys, to wrap up the episode, like I say, we're in the 1st of November now. Obviously Europa League is the next fixture up against KAA Ghent. Which obviously in the Europa League we sit only like 3 points clear of KAA Ghent. Galatasaray lead the way at the moment. As long as we're in that top 2 come December, we should be fine. Let's have a look where we are in the Premier League after that loss to Watford. Obviously I blame the illness as to why I lost that game, but again I think I played well. Like I say, Man City did win their game, so we dropped to second, only 2 points behind them. No Spurs and Manchester United also in the top 4. Fulham do drop to 5th. Even Chelsea and Liverpool down in 6th and 7th. I don't think I'm doing, like I said, I don't think I'm doing too badly to start this season off. I've already got 25 points. That's more than half the total points I had at the end of last season, I believe. So I'm doing much better. I don't know how many points I finished off last season. I think it was just above 50 actually. So again, 11, not even halfway through the Premier League, and I've got just about half points that I really need to stay up. So, but staying up is not the goal. It's Europa League and hopefully Champions League football for next season. That's hopefully the task. I want to get a big budget in to bring some more players in. Look around the table then. Arsenal still in 10th at the moment, and they go down the table. Leeds are now at the bottom of the table. They still haven't won a game yet, and obviously conceded 21 goals, scored 9, 4 points, tied with Burnley, obviously in the relegation zone, and West Ham also find themselves down in the relegation zone as well. Obviously they've still got a game in hand, so they could jump up to like 15th or so, maybe like 15th, 16th position. So they've still got a chance to climb out, but that's the relegation zone as it stands. So yeah, that's the end of the episode, guys. If you guys have enjoyed it, make sure you do this a like. If you haven't, drop just like, let me know why. Just like in the comments below. Next episode is going to be episode number 21, and we're going to go through November and December, going through all the games we have. KAA Ghent, we've got Arsenal as well, Everton, Sparta Prague, Leeds United. In December we play against Preston in that quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. Brighton, Galatasaray, Man City, Spurs, Bournemouth and Liverpool. The tough month that is in December. We've got a lot of fixtures. I might even stop it like a little bit through December, maybe, but I'm not too sure yet, like I say. Anyway, like I say, if you guys enjoyed it, and thank you guys for watching. This is Bones, and I'm signing out, and hopefully I'll get better soon. I'm out. Peace.